those, okay?
Yeah.
You can read the English. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Arjunuvacha evam satatayuktaye bhaktastvam pariupasate ye chapya aksharam avyaktam tesham ke yoga vittamaha.
So, Jainitai, you can read this one.
English, yeah? Arjuna inquired.
Arjuna inquired, which are considered to be more perfect, those who are always properly engaged in your devotional service, or those who worship the impersonal Brahman, the
unmanifested.
Good.
Shri Bhagavanuvacha maya vishmano ye mam nitya yukta upasate shraddhaya pariyupesaste me yukta tamamataha.
So, who's that? Katin?
No, Kathan was singing with Shay.
Oh,
Kathan.
okay. So, Katit, you can read, okay?
Kathit? Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. Kathit, you want to read this?
The supreme personality of Godhead said, those who fix their mind on my personal form and are always engaged in worshipping me with great and transcendental faith are considered by me to be most perfect.
Wow.
Vaksharamanirdesham avyaktam paryupasate sarvatra gamachintyam cha kutastam achalam dhruvam sanniyam yendrayakramam sarvatra samabuddhayaha te prapnuvanti mameva sarvabhutahite rataha.
So, Shavi, you can read it.
But those who fully worship the unmanifested, that which lies beyond the perception of the senses, the all-pervading, inconceivable, unchanging, fixed and immovable, the impersonal conception of the absolute truth, by controlling the various senses and being equally disposed to everyone, such persons, engaged in the welfare of all, at last achieve me. क्लेशोऽधिकतरस्तेषाम् अव्यक्तासक्तचेतसाम् अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखम् देहवद्भिरवाप्यते.
So, Kathan.
Yeah. For those whose minds are attached to the unmanifested impersonal features of the Supreme Advancement and very troublesome to make progress in the discipline and always difficult for those who are embodied. ये तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्परः अनन्येनैव योगेन मां ध्यायन्त उपासते तेषाम् अहं समुद्धर्ता मृत्यु संसार सागरात् भवामि न चरात् पार्थ मया वेशित चेतसाम्.
Shavi?
But those who worship me, giving up all their activities unto me, and being devoted to me without deviation, engaged in devotional service, and always meditating upon me, having fixed their minds upon me, O son of Pratha, for them I am the swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death. Mayeva mana adatsva me buddhim niveshaya nivasishyasi mayeva ata urtam na samshayah.
Jainitai?
Just fix your mind upon me, the supreme personality of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live in me always without a doubt.
Very good. So this 12th chapter, we read it every day because it's entitled Bhakti Yoga, devotional service. And the reason it's entitled devotional service is because of the instructions that Krishna gives in this chapter. The first instruction is always meditate on my personal form, especially the two-handed form with the flute, the three-bending form, Tribhanganandan. And in that way, as he says in this verse here, 7th verse, for them, those who worship him like that, I am the swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death. Those who worship his impersonal form, for them, the journey is very arduous and very difficult. And now, Krishna, from the 8th verse until the 12th verse, he speaks about how we can worship him in different ways, depending on our circumstances. So let's see what he has to say. The first one is saying, fix your mind upon me and engage all your intelligence in me. In that way, you live with me. And then let's see what he says going forward.
It's my turn. अथ चित्तं समाधातुं न शक्नोषि मयि स्थिरम् अभ्यासयोगेन ततो मामिच्छाप्तुं धनञ्जय.
Kathan.
Kathit stone, Prabhuji.
Oh, sorry, Kathit. Yes, sorry. I get confused between them two.
Okay.
My dear Arjun, O winner of wealth, if you cannot fix your mind upon me without devotion, then follow the regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga. In this way, developing a desire to attain me.
अभ्यासेप्य समर्थोऽसि मत्कर्म परमो भव मदर्थम् अपि कर्माणि कुर्वन् सिद्धिमवाप्स्यसि.
Kathan. Yes.
If you cannot practice the regulations of Bhakti Yoga, then just try to work from it. Because by working from it, you will come to the perfect state.
Good.
अथैतदप्यशक्तोऽसि कर्तुम् मद्योगमाश्रितः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं ततः कुरु यतात्मवान्.
Jainitai.
If, however, you are unable to work in this consciousness of me, then try to act giving up all results of your work and try to be self-situated.
श्रेयो हि ज्ञानमभ्यासात् ज्ञानाध्यानं विशिष्यते ध्यानात् कर्म फलत्यागस्त्यागात् शान्तिरनन्तरम्.
This one maybe Kathit can do because the next one is quite tough. So
Okay.
If you cannot take to this practice, then engage yourself in the cultivation of knowledge. Better than knowledge, however, is meditation, and better than meditation is renunciation. Renunciation of the fruits of action. For by such renunciation one can attain peace of mind.
well done. So this is where Krishna is saying the different stages that we can get to know him. So one is fix our mind intelligence on him. That's the best. But he's saying if you can't do that, then follow the rules of Bhakti Yoga. Chant, hear about me, read about me. Oh, if you can't do that, then work for me, he's saying. Because by working for me, you will come to the perfect stage. You can't work for me, you have to work for somebody else. Then whatever rewards you get from that person, don't think it's yours. Become detached from those rewards and offer those rewards to me. Oh, you can't do that because you're not feeling very generous? In that case, just meditate upon me. And if you can't meditate upon me, get some knowledge about me. Try to understand who I am, who you are, and what is our relationship. That's the minimum that we have to do. So he's explaining like that, different stages of bhakti.
अद्वेष्टा सर्वभूतानां मैत्रः करुण एव च निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः समदुःखसुखक्षमी सन्तुष्टः सततं योगी यतात्मा दृढनिश्चयः मय्यर्पितमनो बुद्धिर्यो मद्भक्तः स मे प्रियः.
One who is not envious but is a kind friend to all living entities, who does not think himself a proprietor and is free from false ego, who is equal in both happiness and distress, who is tolerant, always satisfied, self-controlled, and engaged in devotional service with determination, his mind and intelligence fixed on me. Such a devotee of mine is very dear to me.
यस्मान्नो द्विजते लोको लोकान्नो द्विजते च यः हर्षामर्षभयोद्वेगैर्मुक्तो यः स च मे प्रियः.
Kathan?
People whom no one is put into difficulty and who is not disturbed by anyone, who is occupied in happiness and distress, fear and anxiety is very dear to me.
Can I read? Thank you. Yeah, today all three of them are together, so it's a little tricky.
So, Purnamadaji, you haven't got your 4 hands yet, huh?
Yeah. Vimal is not around today.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I thought you had 4 hands as well.
How I wish. अनपेक्षः सुचिर्दक्ष उदासीनो गतव्यथः सर्वारंभ परित्यागी यो मद्भक्तः स मे प्रियः.
Jenitai?
Mighty devotee who is not dependent on the ordinary course of activities, who is pure, expert, without care, free from all pains, and not striving for some result, is very dear to me.
यो न रश्यति न द्वेष्टि न शोचति न कांक्षति शुभाशुभ परित्यागी भक्तिमान् यः स मे प्रियः.
Kathit.
One who neither rejoices nor grieves, who neither laments nor desires and who renounces both auspicious and inauspicious things. Such a devotee is very dear to me.
Well done.
समः शत्रौ च मित्रे च तथा मान अपमानयोः शीतोष्ण सुख दुःखेषु समः संग विवर्जितः तुल्य निंदा स्तुतिर्मौनी संतुष्टो येन केनचित् अनिकेतः स्थिरमतिर् भक्तिर्मान् मे प्रियो नरः.
Devi.
One who is equal to friends and enemies, who is equipoised in honor and dishonor, heat and cold, happiness and distress, fame and infamy, who is always free from contaminating association, always silent and satisfied with anything, who doesn't care for any residence, who is fixed in knowledge and who is engaged in devotional service, such a person is very dear to me.
ये तो धर्मामृतमिदं यथोक्तं पर्युपासते श्रद्धाना मत्परमा भक्तास्तेतीव मे प्रियः.
Kathan can do the last one.
This is the last one.
Those who follow
This
imperishable path of devotion service and who completely engage themselves with faith, making me the
supreme
God
are
very, very dear to me.
Right.
Well done. Bhakti Yoga Ki Jai, Bhagavad Gita Ki Jai.
Right.
And I
All the
would like
children,
to,
yeah.
I'd like to thank you all. Kathan, please come into the picture.
Doesn't come closer, Shivamati.
And I'd like all the devotees to bless this wonderful family. Look at them. Wow. Very good. Well done. Amazing. And Puna, we've ordered 2 more hands for you. They're coming from Amazon, okay?
I wouldn't mind a couple more than that, Prabhuji.
Lakshmi Devi also had 4 hands, you know. And well done, Jainitai. You should also get full blessings from everybody for reading so nicely. Yeah, that's it, Mark. That's how blessings are given. Well done. Thank you so much. Really good. Well done.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Well
Krishna.
done. Well done. Hare Krishna, Shevi. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Hare
Thank you.
Krishna, everyone.
Kathan, Kathit. So we don't necessarily need to do a summary of the Damodar Leela. I think everybody here is aware. Is there anybody who's not aware of why this month is so important? I think everybody knows. So then we have the great honor and privilege to look at Krishna Leela through Srila Prabhupada's eyes in the Krishna book, because we are systematically going through the Krishna book, and I think we have reached round about chapter 43, 44. Yesterday, Janaki spoke very beautifully about Mathura.
I think 44 today.
And she's going to continue. So we're really fortunate to also be able to hear her because she's very knowledgeable and very devotional. So,
That's it.
so Janaki.
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
So just to do a little recap on where we were up to yesterday. So Krishna has now left Vrindavan. He's about 11 years old and he has been taken to Mathura by his uncle Akrur. And Akrur is a very exalted bhakta of Krishna, but he's also a minister of Gans. So he came and got him from Vrindavan. And Krishna had arrived to Mathura on the invitation of Gans to come for a grand Dhanush Yagya festival and a wrestling match. And he had come for this reason, but internally we all know the reason he had actually gone to Mathura was to deal with Gans and all the sin that was happening in Mathura. So we all know that was the real reason, but externally he thought, Gans thought he was inviting them for a festival, but Gans had actually set up many, many traps for Krishna to be killed when he entered Mathura. So he'd set up, first of all, his servant men near the Dhanush Yagya, near the bow, where the festival was taking place, to try and kill Krishna. They were not successful. Krishna killed them. Then Gans had set up a big elephant by the name of Kubla Pir Hathi outside the entrance to the wrestling match arena. And that was Gans's next trap to try and kill Krishna. And all this was because, of course, Gans had had a prophecy that Krishna was going to kill him. So Gans wanted to get in there first and try and kill Krishna. So this next trap was this elephant. And where we ended yesterday was that Krishna also managed to kill this elephant. And Krishna is now at the entrance of the wrestling match, a big arena in Mathura, which has been set up. And it's so big, so many people have come to watch this, what they believe to be a wrestling match about to take place. And when Gans heard that Krishna had also killed this elephant, he went rushing to the gate to see if this was true. And Gans realized it was true. Krishna had also managed to kill the second trap that was set up for him. And Gans began to fear that his life was now about to come to an end. And maybe the prophecy that Krishna was going to kill Gans was very shortly about to come true. So Krishna, now covered in perspiration from killing the elephant and with some blood on him from the elephant as well, and holding the tusk, I think you call it a tusk, of the elephant, now entered the big arena. So massive arena had been set up. Thousands of people were there. And now begins the third trap that I'm not sure exactly how many, but the third that I'm talking about, which was that Gans thought, if my servants don't kill him, if the elephant doesn't kill him, then I've got some big, strong wrestlers who are going to kill Krishna. And there's no way that Krishna and Balaram can escape these wrestlers. There's just no way. They're so strong and so fit that these wrestlers will manage this task of killing Krishna and they will save my life. So Krishna has now entered the arena. A wrestling match is about to start. There's lots of wrestlers there by the name of Janur, Mushti, and others. And everyone is watching this big event. And the closest I can explain it to, if I try and imagine it, is like a big football stadium with Krishna and Balaram in the middle fighting these wrestlers. But around all sides of this stadium are people watching. And Krishna, being Bhagavan himself, is now entered, in this way in the arena, and everybody watching begins to see Krishna in a different way. This is a really interesting thing which is explained, and I think it's so beautiful that if we've got time, can we just go through that? Some of the how long do we have today, time-wise?
You've got 15 minutes.
Okay.
So up to
Quarter past 8.
Quarter past, yeah.
We get,
you can do it. You can speak about the different.
Yeah,
it's a really good idea.
Take your time. Yeah.
Yeah, no rush.
Great. So Krishna is now fighting these wrestlers, and everyone is watching, and there's many people in the audience, and each of them have a different way of seeing Krishna. Now these wrestlers, they're the first ones to look at Krishna Balaram, and they see Krishna, they see these Krishna Balaram, and they begin to see God, Krishna and Balaram, in a mood of anger. They think, who are these two small village boys who've come to try and wrestle us? And they see them with a very strong body, even though actually Krishna and Balaram were young 11, 12-year-old boys. These wrestlers saw them and they thought, you know, who are these village boys who've come but look so strong? Are they going to harm us? And in them developed a mood of what we call Rudra, anger. They wanted to fight Krishna and Balaram. And that was the first people who is described saw Krishna and Balaram. Then in the arena, some normal people were just sitting there watching. And these normal people, they began to notice that there was something a little bit special about these two boys. It said that they began to wonder, who are these two boys? We've never seen such bright, effulgent figures. And though these were normal people watching, they got an inclination that Krishna and Balaram, they were not just two ordinary village boys. They were quite something special who had just descended upon their Mathura city. And it said that they had the ras of adbhut, wonder. They began to wonder, who are these people? The third people looking at Krishna and Balaram were the young women in Mathura, so the young girls. And they began to look at Krishna and they thought he was so beautiful that they thought he was Cupid himself. They began to see Krishna and they were very attracted by how, you know, handsome Krishna was looking. And it said that this is Shringar Ras they saw him with. Then, you know, I said yesterday that Krishna's friends had also come from Vrindavan to Mathura to watch this wrestling match and to take part in this festival. Krishna's friends from Vrindavan began to look at him in the middle of this wrestling field, thinking, this is our friend who we were just running around with in Vrindavan, playing, you know, with each other. And now look at them, they're playing this massive match with these huge wrestlers. And they began to laugh. They began to find it funny to think that their friend of Vrindavan, who they were just eating picnics with the other day, is now about to, you know, try and fight these two big wrestlers. And it said that they had these friends, the Sakras, they had hasya ras. They were finding it very funny watching what was going on. Then there were the Dusht Rajas, is explained, the evil kings who were watching in Mathura what was going on at this match. And it said that when they saw Krishna, they began to actually see Yamraj, they began to see the Lord of Death when they saw. And they, you know, had a desire to kind of fight Krishna when they saw, you know, these evil kings. When they saw Krishna, they wanted to have a bit of a, you know, desire to have a fight with them. So it said they had Veeras, they were trying to be heroic, these evil kings. Then there were Yashoda, Nanda Baba, Devki, Vasudev, and some of the elders who were watching this match and watching two young boys with these big wrestlers there. When they saw Krishna, they began to feel worried for Krishna. Though Krishna is Bhagwan, Yashoda, Nanda Baba, they used to just think that he's their little boy. So they began to be filled with fear and they wanted to protect him from these wrestlers, thinking, what if these wrestlers do something to our Krishna? And it said that they had compassion when they saw Krishna in this situation. They had karunya ras. Then there was Gans watching himself. Gans, who had put this whole match on to try and kill Krishna. Gans began to look at Krishna and Balaram. And when he saw them, he saw his own death. He began to see, I think my time has come. How am I going to be able to get out of this alive? It said that he began to see Mrityu and he began to feel very scared of the situation. So he had Bhaya, he was scared of the situation and scared of Krishna and Balaram. Then there were some very normal people who were also sitting there, but these people weren't so intelligent. And when they saw Krishna, they just looked at his sweat and the blood from the elephant that he had just killed, and they just looked at him with disgust. They just thought, who is this village boy who's come and now entered our, you know, our big Mathura city, our arena, looking so, you know, not ready and not clean and not washed. And it said that they had bibas, they were disgusted to see Krishna and Balaram. Then there were some yogis, there were some knowledgeable people watching this wrestling match. These knowledgeable people, they had gyan, they had knowledge, and they were considered to be like gyan yogis. They had good knowledge. And when they began to see Krishna and Balaram, they saw the Swayam Brahm Jyoti, the Lord himself has come. And it said that these people had realized that Krishna was the Supreme Lord. And they have what you call Shantaras. They were very peaceful seeing that God himself is here, in Mathura city. These were very special people. And finally, the people watching, the last set of people described are the Yadavs, those in Krishna's family. Some of those who were living in Mathura, when they saw Krishna, they began to see Krishna as their own Lord, their very own Ish, their very own Aradhya, the one who they want to worship. And they displayed the topmost ras. It said that they had prem bhakti, they had devotional, loving feelings toward Krishna. And that's the topmost ras described by our acharyas in all these scriptures like Bhagavatam. They say the topmost thing we should try and have is a loving feeling and devotional feeling towards God. And these Yadavs in the arena saw Krishna and Balaram in this very beautiful way, in what's described as maybe the best way to see them. And it's really interesting because God is one person. But all of these people watching were looking at Krishna in such a different way. Some of them were disgusted to see him. Some of them were totally in love to see him. Some of them realized that this is Krishna. Some of them had that realization. Some of them were so oblivious to the fact that Krishna was God that they were just worried he was going to get hurt in this match. And it said that this is all about how it shows us how we see God is all dependent on us. It's our perception. And if we want to see God in the right way, we have to do some bhakti. We have to try and read about Krishna. We have to try and chant some of Krishna's name. We have to hear these lectures like we hear from the gurus in Vaishnavism. We have to try and learn. When we learn these things, we will see God in the right way. If we don't try and learn, we will see God in a bad way, like some of these people saw Krishna and Balaram with disgust. Krishna and Balaram is nothing but pure love and Bhagwan. But if you have the wrong mentality, you will see God in the wrong way. So the best thing is to try and prepare yourself to see what is always going to remain the same. Krishna will remain pure, perfect, and lovable. But we can only do that if we try and do some bhakti, we try and learn about Krishna, we try and hear about him, then we will see Krishna in the right way. And His Holiness Radha Govind Swami, he says it's like a TV screen. If your TV screen is broken, you will see the wrong thing. You're not going to be able to see whatever's being played correctly because your screen is broken. So fix your screen first, then your TV whatever's on will project properly. In the same way, let's fix our hearts. Let's fix our way of seeing Krishna. Let's try and do something for Krishna. Let's try and hear about him. Let's try and learn about him. Maybe then our screen, our heart will get fixed and we will see Krishna in the best way. And that is to see Krishna with prem bhakti, to see him with love and devotion. Like some of these devotees described did, some of them like Krishna's parents, some of his Yadu family members, some of the women, they had very good feelings towards Krishna, but some of them didn't have such good feelings. But we know, we have this knowledge that Krishna is Bhagwan. So let's try and get the best feeling towards him, which is prem, love and devotion. And we can do that just by doing what we are now, attending these, Zoom satsangs and doing our lamp offering every day in Kartik. And through that, we will see Krishna with prem bhakti as well. One day, that's what we just aspire for, that we will get there. So eventually, Krishna and Balaram, they had this big fight with these wrestlers. And as you can imagine, as Krishna had been being successful in every trap Kans had set up, he was successful once again, and he killed these wrestlers along with Balaram. Balaram killed some of them, Krishna killed some of them. And the remaining wrestlers who'd come for this match, when they saw that Krishna and Balaram were killing all of them and they were being so successful, the others who managed to survive, they got so scared, they just ran away. They just left. They just ran out of this arena and they thought, we're not going to make it through this. Krishna and Balaram are clearly perfect. They're so strong. Let's get out of here. And they ran. And then who was left? It was Kans that was left. And everybody was very happy that Krishna and Balaram were being so successful, but Kans was not happy. He tried to think that I have no time left. I'm just going to, I need to get rid of Nanda Baba. I need to get rid of Vasudeva. All these people have tricked me along the way and haven't let me live peacefully. I need to get rid of them and I need to kill these people. Krishna, hearing these thoughts of Kans, got in there first. He pulled Kans by the hair and he swung him to the ground and he killed Kans. And the prophecy that had appeared so many years ago, 11 years ago, that Krishna would kill the evil king Kans, it happened. Krishna killed Kans. And there ended so much of the misery that the residents of Mathura had been under, because Kans had been such a stern and strict and many times cruel ruler. And Krishna saved Mathura and saved all the people from this evil king. But it said that actually Kans was, in some ways very blessed. Because he was killed by Krishna, he attained a very, very high position in the spiritual world. And that's just the mercy that one gets when one is killed by Bhagwan himself. So we can't actually even imagine who Kans is, and the role he has played in Leela, in Krishna's story. But the position he got in the end was very, very high, and that shows the kripa, the mercy that Krishna has. And it said actually that Kans, he was always thinking about Krishna, not in a positive way, but because he had heard that Krishna was going to kill him, Kans spent a large part of his life thinking about Krishna. When he used to sit down to eat, he used to look at his plate of food and think, oh, Krishna's going to come and kill me. When he was trying to go to sleep at night, he was dreaming, Krishna's going to come and kill me. When he was walking around his palace, he would look around and see Krishna everywhere, thinking, Krishna's going to kill me. And 24 hours a day, Kans was actually thinking about Krishna, and not in a positive way, but he was still thinking about Krishna. So in some ways, it said that Kans was very conscious of Krishna. He was very aware of Krishna, and Krishna was always on his mind, maybe not in a positive way, but nonetheless, Krishna was constantly there. And he was also maybe doing a lot of Krishna katha, because he was talking always about what Krishna had been up to. Oh, he's now lifted Govardhan Hill. Oh, he's now killed this demon. Oh, he's now done that. So in many ways, Kans was engaged in thinking of Krishna, and maybe that was one of the reasons that he attained also quite a favorable position in the end, despite his thinking not being so favorable.
Prabhupada used to say that just see he attained the spiritual world,
Yeah,
even though he was thinking of Krishna negatively.
yeah,
He was still thinking of Krishna, as you very nicely put. And he used to say, just imagine if you were thinking of Krishna positively all
yeah,
the time, what would happen?
yeah.
If that is something that happens to somebody who's thinking negative, what about somebody who's thinking positively about Krishna?
So true. So true. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. And it's true. Prabhupada explains that so nicely. So we can't even really imagine the fortune that that Prabhupada and our gurus and our acharyas have given us, that they're trying to train us to think positively of Krishna and to think of him with love and devotion. And if we do that correctly, can we even imagine the place where we might go? We might get to be with Krishna forever in the place which is so positive, and we get to be with him in such a personal way in eternal Golok Vrindavan. So this is a very major part of Krishna Lila, that Krishna fulfilled this prophecy and saved Mathura. And he actually then freed his parents, Devki and Vasudev, because they had been imprisoned. So one of the first things he did was he went to prison and he broke their chains, and he was able to set them free. And if you ever go to Vrindavan and Mathura, you can actually visit the very cell where Krishna was born, and the prison where all of this happened, which is very, it's quite unique, a very special experience. Those who've been, you can actually see that cell, and it's got such a amazing feeling when you go in there to think this is where Krishna was born, and all this Leela happened, and you can see where Kans's palace was. And then he crowned Kans's father as king of Mathura again, Ugrasen. Kans had actually imprisoned his own father as well. And once Kans was killed, Krishna was able to give that position back to Ugrasen, and he did a crowning ceremony for him. And there begins, I think, a brand new chapter in Krishna Leela. This is, just the beginning of Mathura Leela. This actually will happen in 2 days. Krishna has just come to Mathura, killed all these personalities, killed Kans, and it's just about to begin this kind of next chapter of Krishna's time in Mathura. So I don't know. I think we're about like 2 minutes away from 8:15. So I think maybe I can
Just any questions. Has anybody got any questions or anything that they'd like to share about what Janaki just said? Very nicely you described Mathura Leela of Krishna. Okay, no, so we can continue tomorrow.
Yeah.
And you're welcome to continue if you want to, huh, Janaki? So
yeah, I will have a look at the chapter and see if
okay, yes, go for it. It'll be really good. Really, really nice. Thank you so much. Very well explained, by the way.
Thank you for giving me a chance to speak.
Thank you.
That's really good. Thank you so much.
Very well.
So we can actually go to
Damodar.
Damodar Aarti. And everybody knows the value. Value of offering a lamp in this month. So this is very important. And if you don't have access to a lamp, you can still offer a candle in your mind to the Lord. But ideally, we should try to offer a lamp. And actually, Prema, you can show us your beautiful Damodar. Very good, very good, very nice. And you got the nice, you got the electric. Yes, electric is the way, isn't it? In 2030, there's going to be no more electric, no more petrol and diesel cars, no more fires, only electric. I like it. Thank you so much. Very good, very nice. So now we can, you're on mute.
Sorry.
Okay.
Can you?
We can hear you now.
We can hear you now.
We do have our gear.
I know. I was only joking.
But the electric one, like, there's electric batteries, they stay on the whole day.
Absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely. So, Deepika, you there?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hey, great. We liked your singing of Damodar, so you can please.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
No, it's a pleasure. So yeah, if you just sing once through, and this time we can actually read the translation of this beautiful prayer. So please.
So everyone can offer the lamp now while we're singing this Aarti.
Shall I start, Prabhu?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Namamishwaram Sachidanandarupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Rajamanam Yashodabhiyalokaladavamanam Paramrishtamatyantato Drutagopya Rudantam Muhurnetra Yukmam Rajantam Karambojayukmena Shatankanetram Muhashwasakam Patririkankakanta Stitagraiva Damodaram Bhaktibhatam Iti Driksvalila Virananda Kunde Swagosham Nimajjantam Akapayantam Tadishitarishu Bhaktejitatvam Puna Prematastam Shatavriti Vande Varam Deva Moksham Na Mokshavadim Va Na Chanyam Vrineham Varishadapiha Idam Teva Purnata Gopala Balam Sada me manasya virastam kimanye Idam te mukamboja matyanta nilai Vritam kundalai snikta raktaischa gopya Muhuschumbitam bimba raktadaram me Manasya virastam alam lakshalabai नमो देव दामोदर अनंत विष्णु प्रसीद प्रभो दुःख जलाब्धिमग्नम् कृपा दृष्टि वृष्ट्याति दिनं बतानु गृहाणेश मामाज्ञं यद्याक्षि दृश्य कुबेरात्मजौ बद्ध मृत्यैव यत्वा त्वया मूचितौ भक्ति भजौ कृतौ च तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वकामे प्रयच नमो शीघ्रहो मेस्ति दामोदरेह नमस्ते स्तुताम्ने स्फुरदीप्तिदाम्ने त्वदीयोदरायात विश्वस्य दाम्ने नमो राधिकायै त्वदीया प्रियायै नमो अनन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यं नमो राधिकायै त्वदीया प्रियायै नमो अनन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यं नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपम् रसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले राजमनम् दामोदराष्टकम की जय जय
Yay. We can just carry on a little bit. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे
Jai Yashoda Damodara Yashoda.
जय दामोदरा जय यशोदानंद जय यशोदानंदन जय दामोदरा जय यशोदानंदन जय दामोदरा
Jai Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Radhe. Jai Krishna Balaram
जय कृष्ण
Balaram
जय कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण
Krishna
बलराम जय गौरनिताय 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 जय गौरनिताय
Jayo
जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय श्रील प्रभुपाद जय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि
Hari bol. Jai. Damodarastakam ki jai. Yashoda Damodar ki jai. Radha Damodar ki jai. So, Deepika, would you like to read the first verse in
Yes,
English?
Prabhu, sure. To the Supreme Lord, whose form is the embodiment of eternal existence, knowledge, and bliss, whose shark-shaped earrings are swinging to and fro, who is beautifully shining in the divine realm of Gokula, who, due to the offense of breaking the pot of yogurt that his mother was churning into butter and then stealing the butter that was kept hanging from a swing, is quickly running from the wooden grinding motor in fear of Mother Yashoda, but who has been caught from behind by her, who ran after him with a great speed. To that Supreme Lord, Sri Damodara, I offer my humble obeisance.
So nicely you read as well, huh?
Prema?
Prema, yeah?
You need to do number 2.
You're muted, huh?
Seeing the whipping stick in his mother's hand, he is crying and rubbing his eyes again and again with his 2 lotus hands. His eyes are filled with tears, and his necklace of pearls around his neck, which is marked with 3 lines like a conch shell, is shaking because of his quick breathing due to the crying. To this Supreme Lord, Sri Damodara, whose belly is bound not with ropes but with his mother's pure love, I offer my humble obeisances.
Lovely. Marc, is he there?
Yeah. By such childhood pastimes, As this he is drowning in the inhabitants of Gokula in pools of ecstasy, and is revealing to those devotees who are absorbed in knowledge of his supreme majesty and opulence, that he is only conquered by devotees whose pure love is imbued with intimacy and is free from all conceptions of awe and reverence. With great love, I again offer my obeisances to Lord Damodara hundreds and hundreds of times.
Janitai.
This one down the bottom.
O Lord, altering, you are able to give all kinds of benedictions. I do not pray to you for the boon of impersonal
Liberation.
nor the highest
Liberation
of internal life in
Vaikuntha.
Nor any other boon which may be
Obtained.
obtained by executing the 9 processes of bhakti. O Lord, I simply wish that this form of yours as Bala Gopala in Vrindavan may ever be manifest in my heart. For what is the use to my of any other boon besides this?
You're looking at me. What's the mistake? So who'd like to read? Annaben? You're muted, huh? Mataji, we can't hear you. Okay.
Lord, your lotus face, which is encircled by locks of soft black hair tangled with red, is kissed again and again by Mother Yashoda, and your lips are reddish like the bimba fruit. May this beautiful vision of your lotus face be ever manifest in my heart. Thousands and thousands of other benedictions are of no use to me.
Thank you. Kalpana Ben, would you like to read? Oh, Surinda. Oh, Rohit. Rohit, would you
O
like
Supreme Godhead, I offer my obeisances unto you. O Damodara, O Ananta, O Vishnu, O Master, O my Lord, be pleased upon me. By showering your glance of mercy upon me, deliver this poor ignorant fool who is immersed in ocean of worldly sorrows and become visible to my eyes. Hare Krishna.
Very good. Gita, Anjali Maaji.
O Lord Damodara, just as the 2 sons of Kuera, Mangriva and Nalkuara were delivered from the curse of Narada and made into great devotees by you in your form as a baby tied with rope to a wooden grinding mortar. In the same way, please give to me your own Prema Bhakti. I only longed for this and have no desire for any kind of liberation. Hare Krishna.
And Gita would like to read?
Yes, sure, Prabhu. O Lord Damodara, I first of all offer all my obeisances to the brilliantly effulgent rope which binds your belly. I then offer my obeisances to your belly, which is the abode of the entire universe. I humbly bow down to your most beloved Shrimati Radharani, and I offer all obeisances to you, the Supreme Lord who displays unlimited pastimes. Hare Krishna.
Yay. Actually, Sharmila, are you there?
Here, Prabhu.
Great. You can read this, the last bit, this extra information. It's always nice to read.
Is it yeah, okay. This song was originally spoken by, wait a minute, Satyavrata Muni in a conversation with Narad Muni and Sonaka Rishi. This song is sung during the month of Kartik, also known as the month of Damodara. As quoted in the Sri Hari Bhakti Vilasa. In the month of Kartika, one should worship Lord Damodara and daily recite the prayer known as Damorastaka, which has been spoken by the sage Satyavrata and which attracts Lord Damodara, Sri Hari Bhakti Vilasa.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Damodarastakam ki jai. Thank you so much. So Geeta, would you like to sing Nrsimha Pranams? Just do it the once, huh?
Yes, sure, Prabhu.
Oh, wait. No, sorry.
How about Marc, Prabhu?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Marc,
I was just thinking.
Thank you, Geeta. Thank you.
That's okay. It'll be nice to hear from Marc, Prabhu.
Yeah. Are you there, Marc?
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. That's it. So Marc he can sing the Nrsimha prayers, but because the time is a little short,
just once.
Just sing it all the way through.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Prahlad.
Oh, Prahlada Lada Dayine. Hiranya Kashipo Vakshaha. Shila Tankana Kalaye. Ito Nasingha Padato Nasingho. Yato Yamitato Nasingha. Pahe Nasingho Hirade Nasingho. Nirashim Hamadim Sharanam Prapaje. Tabakara Kamalavare. Nakama Bhuta Shringham. Dalita Hiranyakashipu. Tanu Bringham. Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa. Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Jagadisha Hare.
Jaya Nrsimha.
Jaya Nrsimhadev, 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 Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada, Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Nrsimhadev Bhagavan ki, Prahlad Maharaj ki, Prabhupada ki,
Gaura Premanande. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you, Marc and Prema, for hosting.
Thank you.
Very
Thank
nice.
you for having us.
Nice to be at your home.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Join us regularly.
We should.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Janitai and Marc.
Thank you, everyone.
And all the devotees. Aruna Ben, thank you so
Hare Krishna.
much. Hare Krishna, everybody. And Surinder and Manjula, Rita, Deepika, really nice singing.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
So we are thinking on, I think it's the 2nd or the 3rd of December to start the bhajan nights. So what we will do is pick a bhajan and learn the, like sing it, of course, and also understand the meaning, a little bit of the meaning behind the bhajan.
Yes, Prabhu.
And like that, we wanted to cover all of our basic bhajans, but then there's, Bhakti Vinod Thakur's bhajans. There's so many bhajans that we can
Yes, Prabhu.
look at. So we're thinking from the 3rd of December to start.
3rd of December. Okay, Prabhu. No problem.
Yeah.
So
Is it like every day, Prabhu?
no, just on once a week on a Thursday night.
Okay, okay. Okay, Prabhu.
Thursday night, and what we can do is 7:30 till maybe 8:30, 1 hour.
Sure, sure,
We
Prabhu.
can focus on one bhajan, and then, week by week, we just look at these beautiful bhajans, because there's so much deep meaning behind them,
Yes, Prabhu. That's true. That's true, Prabhu.
and then we see how we go.
Sure, sure. Sure,
I'd like you
Prabhu.
to join us, not just join us, but I wanted you to lead it, because you got a great voice. You can pick the bhajan, and we can work through the meaning of it and all that.
Sure, sure, Prabhu.
Very
I will join. I will join definitely on 3rd or 2nd, Prabhu. 3rd December.
3rd,
is it,
yeah.
right?
It's
From
3rd of
3rd.
December, yeah. Anyway,
Sure,
we will be in touch before that anyway. So
Sure, sure, Prabhu.
thank you
Definitely,
so
Prabhu.
much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so
Hare
much.
Krishna. Hare Krishna, Vikas. Hare Krishna, Arnaben. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prema. Hare Krishna, Lila.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, everybody.
Surendra. Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Fantastic.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Take care.
Hare Krishna.